So the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays on Freddie Freeman's home run in the 18th as they lead 2-1. Can we play what it sounded like, Marvin? Do we have the call on AM 570?
Little delivers. Freeman, it's one high in the air. Straight away center field. Varsho at the wall. Gone! Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight.
Freddie Freeman is one of 4 players with multiple walk-off home runs in the postseason. So David Ortiz, Bernie Williams, and Carlos Correa. But Freddie is the only player in baseball history with multiple walk-off home runs in the World Series. Shohei Ohtani, oh, by the way, had 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They also walked him 5 times, 4 intentionally. And that's one of those moments where, and we were talking about this earlier this morning, we're actually watching the greatest baseball player of all time. We're watching him in real time. It's happening right now. It's not one of those, hey, you should have seen that guy play. He's the greatest baseball player of all time. Babe Ruth did something, but he didn't do it together. He didn't do a combination. That doesn't mean he couldn't have done it, but he didn't do it. He was a great pitcher, best pitcher in the game, and then all of a sudden decided to be the greatest hitter. Shohei Ohtani with and he pitches tonight. So you're going to have that performance where you walk him 4 times. And I talked about this when the series started. If you don't have left-handed pitching against the Dodgers, you're in trouble because you got Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani. And if you don't have somebody that you can bring in and go, I can get that guy out. They've gotten to the point where he's getting Bonds treatment. And I want you to pitch in shame. If you're going to intentionally walk him, I want you to throw the 4 pitches that look silly because you don't want to face him. I don't want it to be, hey, we're going to walk him and I point him to first base. Nope. I want you to pitch in shame. I want you to acknowledge that you can't get him out and you throw those 4 pitches. But, I mean, one of the home runs, I went, oh, what are we doing? How could you possibly put it anywhere near that? And they did. And I'm thinking, oh, my goodness. So Ohtani made him pay. Freddie Freeman made him pay. There was one nervous moment there when Clayton Kershaw was in with the bases loaded. Oh, I just was like, just get the out. Go sit down. Don't pitch anymore. And maybe you win the World Series. But they would cut away to his wife. Oh, you talk about the ebb and flow, the highs and lows, and you rarely think about when the family is there watching this. Oh, just get off the mound. That's all I could think of. But watching that last night, or at least as long as I could, you're watching the best player in baseball history. Now, I know people are going to say, well, what about Babe Ruth? Babe was a better hitter, but what he is doing at the same time, and just imagine if he goes out there tonight and pitches 5 or 6 innings. Quality baseball. And everybody emptied their bullpen. Like, this is one of those losses that's not just one loss. You used your bullpen, you realize you can't pitch to Ohtani, and all of a sudden, you're going to face him on the mound. That was monumental, I think, last night. But up 2-1. I know it's only one game. All it takes is, a couple of breaks going your way. But that one's stinging. And you got to turn around and go back out there and play again tonight. And then the next game is on Wednesday. So these pitching staffs are really going to be taxed. But that's where, if you get Yamamoto, who gives you a complete game, if Ohtani can give you 5 or 6 innings here, you have an incredible advantage here. All right, Seton, what's the poll question for hour 1?
Yeah, when you look at his at-bats last night, Shohei Ohtani, he had a double, a home run, a double, a home run. He was then intentionally walked 4 straight times and then walked a 5th time. Yeah. That's a hell of a night.
Yeah, when you're talking about, let me see. So he walked 5 times, 4 intentionally, reached base 9 times. 9 times in the game. The only player to be walked intentionally 4 times in a postseason game since they started tracking this in 1955.
It's funny. Paul was just saying, if you took that that series of at-bats from Shohei Ohtani just from last night, that's good enough to win a World Series MVP for the whole series.
The week.
The whole thing. If you had 2 doubles and 2 home runs.
Well, he won the National League, the NLCS MVP based off one game. And he might win this MVP, based off one game. All right, we'll get to your phone calls coming up. What was the poll question, Seton?
Well, we could start with intentional walks since you got there right there. Intentional walks are super smart or super lame.
Oh, no, I get it. But I want you to pitch in shame that you can't get that guy out. I want you to acknowledge with 4 pitches out of the strike zone that I can't get him out.
You need to be humiliated that way. I'm all for speeding the game up. I really am. But I'm not for just, we choose to put him up for. No, throw the 4 pitches in shame. Throw them.
Yes. Either that or you must walk up to the hitter and escort him to first base. Like, you're going out there for homecoming and on the football field, and you must have him hold your arm and you escort him to first base. We must shame you.
Yes, you must be shamed.
We
That's
must
what you're doing.
shame you.